fans, I'm not even going to attempt to lie to you. I'm not going to tell you a white lie. I'm not going to tell you a partial lie. The truth is, this is likely the worst season y'all will have in the last 5 years.
Shut up the Bills! It's not a house game! It's not a house game!
Yeah, we the Buffalo Bills. Yeah, we the Buffalo Bills. You better know that. Look how we throwing and catching, cause we are unstoppable, yeah. You better know that. Look how we running and hitting, cause we are unstoppable, yeah. Reppin' the mafia, yeah. Reppin' the mafia, Bills, mafia, yeah. You better know that. Look how we throwing and catching, cause we are unstoppable, yeah. You better know that. Look how we running and hitting, cause we are unstoppable, yeah. Homie, now listen. Everyone play their position. Buffalo got a tradition. They say we trippin'. They better get out our way. Top of the table, we flippin'. We on a mission. Got an unstoppable team. Continue to follow your dream by any means. Buffalo, get in the Super Bowl ring. Cause we the Buffalo Bills. Yeah, we the Buffalo Bills. You better know that. Look how we throwing and catching, cause we are unstoppable, yeah. You better know that. Look how we running and hitting, cause we are unstoppable, yeah. Reppin' the mafia, yeah. Reppin' the mafia, Bills, mafia, yeah. You better know that. Look how we throwing and catching, cause we are unstoppable, yeah. You better know that. Look how we running and hitting, cause we are unstoppable, yeah. Mafia up in your city, time to get gritty. Screaming and yelling, we bugging. Look at the red and blue.
This is an MVP year for Josh Allen. As an MVP voter, I said this last week. Josh Allen, he looks like an MVP. When you vote for MVP, and I can speak for myself, I think I'm one of 50 voters, you look at a couple things. Who's the best team in football? Who's the best player on that team in football? What do they look like as the best player on that team in football? And how much talent is around that best player on that best team in football?
What up? Welcome back to Coast to Coast. It's Little 2K. My co-host will be here shortly, I'm sure. Beyond 716, want to welcome you back. And we're gonna get right into it, man. Big win for the Buffalo Bills, going out to Seattle, dealing with the number one passing offense in the league, and yeah, man, taking care of business. They went against the 12th man, and you know, shout out to Bills Mafia. They traveled well. They went out there and you know, you had Geno Smith talking about, man, felt like we was on the road. Felt like we was on the road out there. So yo, tons of credit to all of the Mafia that went out to Seattle, flew out there and you know, and gave our guys showed our guys some love, man. We appreciate that. Get right into it, man. Great game for the Bills. I was speaking to a couple of Bills fans, and I was saying that this was the first. They said, you know, a couple of people I talk to regularly on, you know, about the Bills. They said, "What was your assessment of the game?" And I said, this game against the Seattle Seahawks, I think this is the best. This is the most complete game I've seen the Buffalo Bills play probably since like 2020, maybe 2021. The perfect game against the Patriots. This was the most complete game the Buffalo Bills have had. Hey, look what we have here. Tardy for the party. What's up, man?
Hey, better late than never, right? You know how us West Coast people
That's
do
it.
things
Hey,
around here, Will, right? No, and it wasn't
yeah,
for the
man.
Yankees.
No
The
problem.
Yankees were not consuming my time there. I had some technical difficulties, so I apologize for my
Nah,
tardiness.
understood, brother. Understood.
Well,
Um,
I'll tell you, you know, I'm off to a slow start, but our Buffalo Bills definitely did not get off to a slow start this past Sunday, which is something we've struggled with. So it was great to see that trend broken right off the bat.
yeah, no. Gotta give our guys a ton of credit, man. Yeah, like I said, man, they went out there and they took care of business. I appreciated the efforts on both sides of the football. One thing that we'll get out the way real quick. Josh Allen finally did it, guys. He turned the football over, so we can dead that and get that out of the way.
Mhm.
Finally, he has an interception. Um, we can all relax, guys. Yes,
The
Zach
haters can
McDermott.
rest easy.
Yeah, Zach McDermott. Yes, it's Squish the Fish week, and we're gonna get into that a little bit later. But right now, we're just gonna recap the Seahawks game. So Seattle comes into that game as you know, Seattle comes into that game is one of the best teams and one of the most productive offensive teams in the league, right?
Mhm.
And you know, they did what we expected them to do, right? They came out now before I get into the game. Gotta be honest. Seattle was without DK Metcalf. That severely changed the way they played football.
Mhm.
Um, they were unable to push the ball down the field. I don't think Geno threw a pass more than like 30 yards that game or 20 yards or something like that. He refused to push the ball down the field. And I understand that, you don't have your deep threat, so I get it. But gotta give a ton of credit to the offensive line, to the Buffalo Bills, O line, to the quarterback Josh Allen, to the running backs, James Cook, Ray Davis, Ty Johnson, all the receivers, even with Amari Cooper not really having a crazy game. Um, oh wow, I'm sorry, man. I'm trying to keep tabs on this stupid Celtics game. They're down 21. Yeah, they're down 21. It's nuts. All right, well, we lost Beyond for a second. He's back.
No, they're back.
Um,
We're back. I guess I was just so stunned at
yeah,
that score, right? It just took me by surprise.
yeah. I mean, we wasn't going 82-0, man, but they're a different team when they're healthy, man. They look the paces are tough. That's
Mhm.
they're tough, man. That's the probably the toughest team that we got to look forward to. Sorry, Knicks, but I think Indiana's a little tougher than you guys are. Just a
Well,
bet. They
we did
match up. I
obliterate
think they
them.
match up better.
We obliterated them the other night, so that was
Yeah, but I think they
Mr.
match
Pat.
up. I think they match up well with us. I think they
Yeah,
match up pretty well with us.
they do. That's true.
But so back to the Seattle game. They started off first things first. They got the football. They started off very, very quickly. Went down the field. Um, they scored. They ended up getting a touchdown. They got the defense got off the field. They got a couple of stops against Seattle, which was nice to see. You finally get a lead in the first half. You finally get some sort of offensive continuity going. So I appreciated that definitely. What I did not appreciate was that's what the problem is. Hold on one second.
No problem.
Okay, I can't do that right now. No, yeah, I'm having a computer issue as well.
Yeah,
But
it's one of
it's
those.
fine.
I know.
I'll
It's
fix it. Yeah, I'll
spreading
take care
coast
of
to
it
coast today.
after the yeah, I'll take care of it afterwards. But so it was nice to see that. It was nice to see us get out there and get cooking on the offense. Finally, they were unpredictable. They did not come out and go run, pass, run, pass, run, pass. They went out there. You saw some play action on first down. You saw Josh Allen under center a lot more, utilizing the
Mhm.
play action, and you saw them not just trying to get the ball out. You saw them attack the intermediate areas of the field early in the game. I thought that had a huge impact on the running game. I thought it had a huge impact on the overall offense in general. I think Seattle was very, very weary of. um, committing too many assets to the run, and
Mhm.
also committing too many assets to to maybe Amari Cooper or Dalton Kincaid. I thought everybody ate. Everybody had an opportunity. Um, it was a complete team win. But we got a couple of we got an interception off of Geno. Um, took the run game away from Seattle. They were not able to really move the football. And yeah, I think they ran the ball for like 26 yards or something like that in the entire game. Um, and next thing you know, man, like that was it. Like it was just kind of like before you knew it, the Bills were up, you know, 21-3 or whatever it was. And
Mhm.
they just kind of didn't look back after that. Scored right before halftime, and then we got the ball back right after halftime. So that was kind of nice too. Um, you know, yeah, it was kind of nice to see them put together a complete game, start to finish,
Mhm.
offense, defense, special teams. Everything was in order. Everything was what it was supposed to be. I definitely enjoyed that. Actually, I'm not 100% sure that we got the ball after halftime. I'm not 100% sure of that, but
Yes, we
I
did.
am 100% sure. Okay, I am
Mhm.
100% sure that 31-10 undersells how dominant of a win
Mhm.
that was. Um,
Yes.
Rousseau was excellent on defense.
Mhm.
I thought the secondary played very, very well. DeMar Hamlin was extremely physical. Um, Offensively, you know what? This is like a couple weeks in a row now where the Bills have been the more physical team throughout the game. Even when the other team decides they want to play physical, the Bills are meeting that level of physicality and they are taking it to these guys. So
Mhm.
kudos to them. Kudos to the Bills. Kudos to all of those guys for stepping up and really, really changing the way that this team, I think, is being viewed. I think Buffalo's always been viewed as a finesse team. I don't think you can look at us now and say that, this is a finesse team. Special kudos to, or shout out to Keon Coleman. He has been on a tear the last 2 weeks. Uh, what did he have? 125 yards, I think, this game, and a
Mhm.
touchdown. Should have had two, but he had a touchdown
Yep.
on
One-handed.
a great contested catch on Tariq Woolen,
Mhm.
who's the Seattle Seahawks #1 outside corner.
Mhm.
Um, Yeah, he just had a great game, man. I mean, and he worked every area of the field, right? Caught the
Yep.
ball short, on like a little smoke screen. Made a couple guys miss, got a few extra yards. Caught the ball in the intermediate area. Off the scramble drill, he was available. Big plays down the field, like he was all over the place. That connection with Josh Allen is 100% there. It's getting well. I want to say 100%. It's getting better every single week. They look dangerous. They look dangerous. What are your thoughts?
Whittle, you said something that always resonated with me when we got Amari Cooper, in that even if he doesn't produce, just his presence, right? Look what Amari Cooper, what do you have? One catch this game, I believe. He
Hmm.
really, but you can already see the results of having an Amari Cooper on your roster. I mean, Shakir looked like the part of Amari Cooper this week. With 9 catches for 107 yards. He said that just since the second half of that Tennessee game, this offense has that swagger again, right? This is we even the Jacksonville game, that first game, we had some of that. It just feels different the last 2 weeks. It feels like we're seeing the results of what Brandon Beane's and the staff has been trying to do for the last couple of years to make us more physical, right? It's all kind of coming together, right? The passing game's getting some of that 2020 feel back a little bit, not completely, right? But we're also including the just more physicality, better balance. We're better built for going on the road. We're better built for January, right? We don't have to rely. quote being a finesse team. Like if the weather's inclement in Buffalo, don't you feel a lot more confident in this roster now than you did, let's say, in 2022 or even 2021? I feel way more confident that, if you have a 30-mile-an-hour wind day in Buffalo and it's, it's a blizzard condition, I'm confident that we can outmuscle and out-physical these teams if we're not able to sling the ball over the field, for lack of a better term. So I agree with you. This was a start to finish complete game. The fast start, something they wanted to emphasize. It's just been great to see all around, Whittle. I think and that's kudos to Brandon Beane, right? We're seeing the results of these changes that we've made really since 2022, not being heavily, reliant on Josh all the time. And I think that's I was over the moon after this game. I mean, I feel like it's different but the same, right? We're an absolute contender now in the AFC and for the Super Bowl. I have absolutely no doubt in my mind about that after what I've seen the last couple of weeks.
You said Super Bowl?
Yep.
Is that what I heard? I'm not sure I heard that correctly. Did you say Super Bowl?
I sure did.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Because
I
know
okay.
we're looking way ahead here, Whittle, but I'll tell you one of the big developments that I'm seeing, it's not even so much about the seeding. What's the one thing Kansas City's had over us in the last few years that we have not been accustomed to? And that's an essential bye week, right? Remember Kansas City last year against San Diego? Not the Chargers. They sat everybody. They were able to rest up for that playoff run, right? And they got that little rejuvenation. We haven't been afforded that. And even if we're a 3 seed or a 2 seed, the way the AFC East is going, Whittle, that last game may not mean anything for us. So maybe that's a game, considering the injuries we've had and the things we had, maybe it's just a rest week. It's a game to recharge those batteries before we go into the playoffs. So I know we're getting way ahead of ourselves, but that's why I'm pretty excited right now about a couple of things that are happening going forward that I think hopefully we could take advantage of this year that we haven't been given that luxury the last few seasons.
Yeah, that's fair. I can't disagree with that at all. The way the Bills look so far, I mean the way that like you said, the way the division is going, with us being 6-2 and everybody else being, some variation of a 2-win team, whether it's 2-5 or 2-6. It's pretty much a wrap. Like we've beaten the Dolphins in Miami, we've beaten the Jets in their building. So now everybody's got to come to Buffalo, and then we play the Patriots with a rookie quarterback and a rookie head coach at the end of the year. Now, I'm not saying that to insinuate that we're guaranteed to win, because I don't believe that we are, but
Agree.
it does bode in our favor based on historical references. So Seattle's out of the way. That to me was a test to see if we could go on the road against a explosive team and play good defense. And I think we did. Um, I want to now get into some of the moves that have been made. So we did talk. I believe we talked last week about Hopkins going to the Chiefs.
Yes.
I believe we talked about that last week. Well, they ended up making another deal, and they brought in Josh Uche, the Joshua Uche, the edge rusher from the Patriots. They brought him in to Kansas City. They traded him. It was like a pick swap, like a fifth. They swapped with the Patriots for like a sixth or something like that. It was really, really cheap. I mean, the move is whatever. Like, I don't really think like it's a good depth piece. To me, this tells me that they don't believe in the rookie that they got, Felix. I don't want to butcher his last name, but the young man that they drafted, I think it was a second round pick, the defensive end. To me, it just tells me they don't really believe in him yet. So I mean, whatever. I don't think Josh Uche is a scrub, but the move doesn't. I'm not looking at it and saying to myself, "Oh my God, I can't believe they got Josh Uche." It's like, all right, they got Josh Uche. Okay, like I
Yep.
don't, you know what I'm saying?
Yep. By the
He
way, I
had
think
a
that name
great
is.
year.
I'm going to take a shot at it for you. And Duque Ozama, I believe, is his name.
Yes,
Duque Ozama. Yeah, that's
yes.
the first rounder.
Ozama, yeah,
Actually, yeah.
it's Ozama, something like that. Yeah, yep,
Yeah.
yeah. You know, I'm looking at, you know, I'm yeah. All right, so Uche came into the league. I want to say 2020, right? Um, it just doesn't. It just didn't do anything for me. Like this move
Mhm.
didn't do anything for me.
It's not a move
Was it
that move the
2021?
needle. It's not a move the needle type move like a Cooper to the Bills or something like that. Like
Right,
Hop, yeah.
right. So yeah, so all right, yeah, all right. He was drafted in 2020, so his first season. Okay, cool. So he was drafted in 2020, and I
2020.
mean, so let's go back and look. Like I mean, I'm looking at his PFF grades from 2021 regular season. His run defense grade was a 32.4. His pass rush grade 61.6. That's like super mid. Now,
Mhm.
2020, 2022. I mean, was yeah, 2022, he had that was the monster year he had, I think. What he had, 11 sacks or something that year, or whatever it was. Let me see. 22. Yeah, 12 sacks. He had 12 sacks, two forced fumbles. Like he was cooking that year. He had a good year. That was his best year.
Mhm.
Uh Pass rush grade of 87.8. Run defense grade is 63.7. So not great against the run. You brought him in, he's a situational pass rusher, cool. 2023, which was last year. Um, Overall grade of 57. 66.8 pass rush grade, 61.5 run defense grade. He had 3 sacks last year. And he played 331 snaps. So that says he missed a few games. I believe that means he probably missed a few games. But yeah, I'm not I'm not moved, man, by that. Like I'm sure he'll be better because he's on a better team.
Mhm.
But I've seen some talk on the internet where Chiefs fans are saying like the Bills need to be in trouble. The Bills should be worried because now, we have a speed rusher for the first time, and I heard people. I saw things like this guy reminds me of Von Miller, and I'm like, who? What? We've seen this guy every year twice,
Yeah, I don't remember him. I barely remember him.
right? He
I
had
mean,
one
not
great game against
disrespecting
the
him. Yeah,
Buffalo Bills.
yeah.
He had one great game against the Buffalo Bills, and you know who was starting to tackle? David Quessenberry.
Oh, I saw him this past week. He looked awful again. David Quisenberry,
You
speaking
know
of.
what? Just me telling you doesn't even give it justice as to what we're dealing with. This is Josh Uche against David Questenberry. You'll know exactly who it is once you watch it, where they are.
Oh, oh my.
Nobody touched him.
Yeah.
He just fell. And
Mhm.
that was a sack. He got a sack against Josh on that play.
Okay.
That was
So,
one of his 3 sacks. Or no, I think that was 2022. I believe that was 2022. That was one of
yeah.
his 12 sacks right there.
Mhm. Okay. Dion, I don't see Dion Dawkins replicating that type of behavior right there in the field. So.
Right. That's what I'm saying. So
Mhm.
by all means, Kansas City, go out and get as many edge rushers as you want. and keep Chris Jones in the middle where we can double team him with two guys.
Yes,
That
because Chris Jones on the outside
sure,
scares me more. Yep.
Chris
Mhm.
Jones on the outside is a demon. I don't want him anywhere near,
Nope.
in key situations. I don't want him anywhere near the edge. So yeah, go get
Yep.
Josh Uche. Whatever.
We saw what he did last year on that third
Oh, we're
down,
down 10.
right?
We're down 10. Hello, 2 minutes and 41 to go. We're down 10. We're
Okay.
gonna lose this game though.
Yeah,
We're
and,
gonna
and
lose.
don't
Whatever.
don't mind me, everyone. Too, I got my eye on the Yankees game here too. So, little,
Yeah, I'm
it's
sorry,
definitely not.
folks. Like,
What a great time of year, right? What a great time of year now.
yeah,
So much.
we
Yankees up 5-0, end of the fourth. Oh, I want this series, Little. You
we
have,
love the Bills.
yep.
We love the Bills, and we love you guys. But this is uh this is like this is the holy grail of football of sports right now. We got football
Hey,
going on, playoff baseball, basketball season just started,
hey, well,
hockey's kicked
Whittle,
off,
Whittle,
college
you hear that?
football still going on, college basketball just started.
Whittle, you hear that silence behind me right now? You don't hear anything? That's all my neighbors, all the Dodger fans. They're just a little quiet right now. That's just the way I want it because when I tell
Oh
you
yeah.
it gets crazy here when they win, it gets crazy. Like fireworks are going to go off for hours. It's going to be. I don't want to hear them. So I need the improbable Yankees come back here. So, but yeah, you're right though. It is
I'll
it is a
tell you
great time
what.
of year.
I'll tell you what, there's a certain Bills fan that I'm gonna reach out to very, very soon.
Oh boy.
Um
Why do I have
oh
a
you got a
feeling I already
4-1.
know who
Yes,
this
he's
is?
traveling. No, James Thomas, yeah.
Yeah,
I'll be reaching out to you very soon, sir.
our guy James. But I'm not saying anything about this series yet. We got a long way to go. I'm just being quiet, but
Yeah, but well, I mean at the same time
Mhm. Yep,
his Lakers are losing as well. So
yep,
we'll make sure I want to make sure I keep all the sports scores
yep,
up on the screen so I can glance back and forth. But anyway, back to the
yep.
Bills. Back to
Yes,
the Bills. Okay. Um yeah. All right. So that was the move. I mean, I'm not really moved by it. Now,
hmm
a move that did kind of make a lot of sense. Well, not I want to say a lot of sense, but a move that did raise my eyebrow a bit was what's his name? Deontay Johnson getting traded to the Baltimore Ravens.
yes,
So why that move makes a lot of sense. They needed a separator. I think what they did I think what they did was they went ahead and got themselves a guy who has a similar skill set from a route running standpoint as Odell Beckham Jr.
hmm
He's just not as reliable as a catcher of the football.
yep,
Younger, more durable, not necessarily as reliable.
yep.
So
But
I'm fine with that.
yep.
Uh,
I mean,
oh
but he
my
is,
God, the
he
Celtics.
he is
Oh my
giving that.
God,
Uh-oh, are they making a comeback here, Will?
it's 124, with 14 seconds to go.
Wow. Okay, well, I'll talk about this move a little bit while we watch the last 14 seconds. Um, the thing, the part of this trade that stuck out to me and kind of had my head spinning. Baltimore traded a fifth round pick of their own to Carolina for their sixth. So let's just say hypothetically the Ravens win the Super Bowl. Okay. Not putting it out there. I'm usually wrong, so be happy. And if the Panthers have the worst record in the league, they gained one spot to give up Deontay Johnson to the Baltimore Ravens. Who's their general manager over there? And why should he be fired? How do you not at least say, all right, make that a 7? I mean, what kind of trade is that? If Baltimore finishes, let's say 12-5, right? that may be only a 5 to 7 spot move in the 5th, 6th round. That's nothing. I mean, that either tells me two things. Deontay Johnson had no value. And by the way, Carolina kept most of the money. So it wasn't like Baltimore consumed all the contract. So I was shocked by that deal. I was shocked by just the lack of return and what a fleecing by the Ravens. To me that's a no-brainer. You're basically adding a piece to your offense for really nothing. I mean, they really didn't give anything up to me. Whether that's a move the needle type move. I mean, he is going to Lamar Jackson. That's going to be a major upgrade for him too. So we'll see how that works out. But from a Baltimore side of things, I would be like, okay, how fast can I get the paperwork to the league to get that approved? I mean, it's
Right.
not even a thought, right? So I was really, really shocked by the return from a Carolina point of view. And cementing them as one of the worst organizations in the sports right now, in my opinion. Just saying.
They've been tanking and rebuilding for like 3 or 4 years now, man. This is bad.
Yeah.
It's bad. You went from Cam Newton to this. This is disgusting.
Yeah, it really, really is.
Oh, win overtime, baby.
Wow. Yeah, that team is something, Will. That team is something. That team is something else. And I know it's early, but I don't want to see the Knicks get off to a 1-3 start because you already know the groans are going to start happening, right? In Madison Square Garden. Although I had the Lakers do tonight, Will. Care to share an update on that score?
Yeah, the Lakers lost by 24 points.
Yeah, they did. That's another reason why it's pretty quiet in my neighborhood tonight.
The Celtics would never. You hear me?
Yeah.
The Celtics would never.
I'm not even sure if the Knicks.
We would never.
I'll even say that. Knicks are up by 4 on Indiana in the 4th quarter, so hopefully we get it in Miami. By the way, Will, not
Miami. Yeah, you have Miami.
Can we speak about speaking of Miami? Just to not to make this about the NBA, but can we talk about that Dwayne Wade statue? Who?
It's disgusting.
Who thought that was a good idea? Like, how does that even remotely even resume Dwayne Wade? Like, I couldn't imagine what he's thinking when he unveiled that.
Well, I can't believe they paid for that.
Yeah.
I can't believe they paid. I can't believe they allowed their check to clear.
Yeah.
No way.
Greatest player.
I would have put a stop payment on that.
Yep.
I would have put a stop payment on that and say, if you don't get this statue of Lawrence Fishburne wearing a Dwayne Wade jersey out of here, and go get me a Dwayne Wade. What is this?
I want to thank you, Zach McDermott. I love these stats right here. Yes. Wow,
hey, listen, and that combo coverage, man. That combo coverage is going to. That combo coverage is gonna pay dividends. The later we get into the season, we go up against Brock Purdy, we go up against Jared Goff. Those are the games where we're gonna really need that combo coverage to be on point. We don't have a ton of speed in the secondary. We just have guys that know where to be and know how to play in the system that we have. So we definitely want to take care of business, bro. I cannot believe the Celtics are in overtime right now. After being down almost 30. Dude, we not like that. Oh my God. All right. Sorry.
No, I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
I
have so much trash to talk.
It's what we're about here on the Coast to Coast podcast. We keep our eyes on a lot of different angles. So.
Yeah. I have so much trash to talk after this game. Especially so I just need the Celtics to pull it out. Just pull out the win. That's all I need. But anyway,
well, yeah, absolutely.
So the Miami statue is a travesty. But at this point now, like I'm looking at I look at where we sit in the conference, and if I take an assessment of where everyone else is in comparison to where everybody thought they were going to be, right? Let's do that first. So the Chiefs are who we thought they were, right? They're 7-0 or
Yep.
8-0 or whatever it is at this point. They haven't taken a loss yet.
And
Defense is still
let's give them a lot of
defense.
credit. Yeah. I mean, to lose Pacheco
Yeah,
and Rice and
yeah,
continue to find ways to get wins. We got to give them the credit, right? I mean, there's no way around
yeah.
it.
Baltimore was looked unbeatable. Went into Cleveland and lost to Jameis Winston. He put up some gaudy numbers against that defense. Cedric Tillman with the walk-off touchdown game winner late in that game. I was actually at work at a cruise at the cruise port in Manhattan. I had to stop and catch the last few seconds of that on red zone before I jumped on the main streets of the main streets of Manhattan to get back home. But yeah, I made sure I watched the end of that game. And they ended up losing. And that's great. And I am gonna get into that film. I haven't done it yet. Who else? Okay, so the Jets lost to the Patriots on a what was it, a field goal? I think it was a walk-off field goal. I think.
Yep.
Or did they drive down? Yeah.
I
Well, whatever.
believe so.
They lost. Yeah, they lost. Whatever it was, they lost again. They're on a 5-game losing streak. We're on a 3-game win streak, and Miami just lost. And Miami's lost a few games in a row as well. So, at the beginning of the season, there were a lot of people that said the Buffalo Bills were going to struggle to win X amount of games. They were not going to compete for the division this year. It was a down year. It was a retool year, et cetera, blah, blah, blah. You guys were wrong. You didn't believe that the mantra of everybody eats was going to work. Oh, and guess what? It's working. We went out and got Amari Cooper. I will be the first to admit it. We needed to go out and get Amari because we needed somebody that was going to be able to beat man coverage. But what I did not expect was Khalil Shakir to only have one reception less than the amount of targets that have been thrown his way. He is on an entirely different level right now. I don't know what he's on or why he's on it, but his stat line is crazy. His stat line is crazy. I think he's carving out a reputation right now as one of the best slot corners. One of the best slot receivers in the NFL. The man has had 38 targets so far this year, 36 receptions for 421 yards. Last year, in 17 games, he had 39 receptions for 611 yards and 2 touchdowns. He's matched the touchdowns already. He's 3 behind on his receptions, and he's 190 yards away from matching his numbers from last year. We still have 10 games to go. He still has 10 games to go. His catch percentage, 94.7. That is ridiculous. 94.7. So, Amari Cooper comes in. The offense picks up. Dalton Kincaid is killing it as well. His numbers, while they're not where we thought they were going to be, they're still solid. I think he still has solid numbers so far. 8 games so far, 28 receptions. I'm sorry, Shakir has 9 games left.
Yes.
Because he missed one because of the injury.
And that's the other thing I was going to say. I mean, if you double his numbers, right? 72 catches, about what, almost 900 yards.
Yep.
I think if we went back, remember our projections early in the year,
Oh,
I think he's exceeding that, right? And
what did we say? We said between 60 to 70 catches,
we did. Mm-hmm.
8 to 900 yards.
Yep. And listen, I'm going to even
He's
take
on
a
his
little.
way.
I'm going to take a victory lap on this. I tweeted in August that the NFL is going to know who Khalil Shakir is, and I'm even starting to get comments from my other friends that like the Giants, Eagles, things like that. They're like, man, that Khalil Shakir, he's something else, right? The other fans are noticing now what he brings to the table, and I think he'll just get better and better as the year goes on.
Absolutely. Oh, there we go. I love Cap, man.
Cap's the best.
Cap.
What's up, Cap?
Cap's my guy.
Yeah.
I'm old enough to remember the Legion of Twos. Josh Allen was going to nosedive. Yes, that was the thing. Josh was supposed to be a turnover machine. All of these different things, and none of that's actually happening.
Yep.
It's just not
he's
happening
all doing
yet.
it, and he's all doing it without cayenne pepper. And I know Cap will get that reference, which is now Aaron Rodgers' new elixir. So we'll see how that works out going forward. But that's just, I had to get something in for Cap.
So the Dalton Kincaid through 8 games so far this year, 28 receptions, 300 yards. He's matched his touchdown numbers already.
Yep.
He's at a catch percentage of 63.6, which is pretty good for a tight end. It's about 10 yards, roughly 10 yards per reception. Yeah, he's a little over 10, almost 11 yards per reception. I mean, and I think though I think his production I think his play improved when they started to work Dawson Knox in more into the lineup. And remember, I said this weeks ago. I said we are force feeding Dalton Kincaid into this offense, and we don't have to.
Yep.
He should not be the starter. The starter should be 5-1 Yanks.
Yes, the answer is yes. You could see me pacing around here, student.
Yeah.
Yes, I am, but we'll leave that alone. I'm not hearing too much outside yet, so I guess I'm not going to panic. If Aaron Dodger's going crazy, then yeah, it's gonna.
Yeah, but don't worry about it. We got this, bro.
But Whittle, about the Dawson Knox thing, I just want to interject real quick. Do you think there's a connection between just getting him more involved and the entire offense starting to look more like the Bills we're accustomed to, right? It just opens things up for a coordinator. Side just has to say, I got to remember that Dawson Knox, even if he gets he had 2 catches for 50 yards last week, just that alone, just the fact that they know that Dawson is capable of that. That's just something else that the coordinator has to worry about.
I mean, I said that too. I said, listen, if you want to go down the field to the tight ends, Dawson Knox is probably the best guy because, number one, him and Josh have the chemistry. Number two, he's faster, he's bigger, he's more athletic. He's got he has the history of making those type of catches in this offense with Josh Allen. It makes sense. And I think it also frees you up to move Kincaid all over the field. You can move him into the slot if you need to. You can move him into a flanker position if you have to. You can put him on the weak side. You can there are tons of ways. You can throw him in the backfield if you want to, and then run him out the backfield as a receiver. There's tons of ways to use him. Oh no!
Did you see my face now, Whittle? Yes. So,
yeah.
Sorry for that, but yeah, this could get interesting.
Oh no. Boy.
Whittle. It's 5-5.
Wow.
All
right, thanks everybody for coming to Coast to Coast.
Have a good night. We brought beyond. Have a good night. No, I'm kidding. Anyway, let's just Whew. Anyway,
Jeez, that stinks.
we'll get back. Hey, listen, they're a great team. I mean, that this just affirms it for me, Whittle. They're going to win it. Even if the Yankees come back and win this, the Dodgers, they're going to find a way. They're just
Yeah, they're loaded. They are loaded.
they
They're
really are.
loaded, man.
Yeah.
They're
Yep.
loaded.
So I just don't want to lose in the Bronx. That's really all I care about tonight. So, but
Yeah.
yeah,
And boom pissed away game one. So
oh,
whatever.
don't get me started. Oh, Whittle, don't get me started. That game, I haven't been that infuriated about the Yankees in probably since I had no gray hair, which was a long, long time ago. So it
Yeah.
was quite a while. So, but yeah, I kept thinking about you when I saw Knox. Every time I say, man, I remember Whittle and I were talking about that on the pod about just getting him involved. I mean, yes, he's a great blocker. Yes, I know he's a team guy, but he's going to want to eat too. Like, I'm sure he wants to be involved in the offense. Dustin
Yep.
Knox is not the kind of guy that's going to go public and say, oh, I want more catches or things. But you have to think privately. He's probably saying, I wouldn't mind getting a few grabs or getting a little more involved. And so I definitely think, like you said, maybe there was this, I don't want to say obsession, but maybe this desire for Kincaid to break out and have these big numbers. But I'm not worried about that right now. Maybe that comes in 2 years. Maybe he's a late bloomer in that respect. So
I actually think Kincaid's gonna. I don't know if he has as many receptions as he had last year because of all the other weapons, but I do think that he's going to be extremely efficient. I think he's going to be a lot more efficient this year than he was last year. I think he's going to catch for more. I think he's going to have more yards. He may have less receptions. He's definitely going to have more touchdowns, obviously. But yeah, he's doing his thing. Um, what else? What else are we gonna? Oh, Keon Coleman, his ascension, just nuts. Just like the guy gets better every freaking week. Every week he gets better. You got to give him a ton of credit to the wide receiver coaches, to the Joe Brady, to good pass. I blew it. There we go. To Keon and to Josh. Josh trusts him. He's throwing the ball to Keon in key situations. Keon is, he's making the plays more often than not, and you got to respect that. Josh is going to keep going to you if you continue to make it right. So, tons of credit to Keon. He's been balling out of his mind. The offensive line has only given up 10 sacks this year. And it's not because Josh is doing a ton of scrambling, because he's not. In fact, we probably want him to run and scramble a lot more than he actually is. So, Celtics up two. Oh, wait, no,
And by
tied.
the
Never
way,
mind.
student, yes, we can talk about this. Showing Alec Anderson showing those wheels on the end zone celebration that fast on the Keon touchdown. Yes, I did notice that.
Oh,
That was amazing. So just wanted to bring that up because that was awesome.
wow, we
But you,
lost. We lost by 3.
oh,
Yikes.
oh man, Whittle.
Oh,
What was becoming a promising night is crashing and burning on my side here as well. So as I hear a
wow.
lot more happening outside my window right now because I'm surrounded by Dodger blue. So and all my neighbors know that I'm a Yankee fan. So yeah, I'll be walking the walk of shame here pretty soon at this rate. So maybe I'll stay inside for several days. So have everything delivered to the house. I don't have to go outside. But yeah, Whittle, we spoke about Keon Coleman in the offseason, and I'm going to say it again. He's got the potential to be one of the most popular and most productive players in this franchise's history. Again, I'm going to use potential very strongly here, but you could just see it. Well, he's got that it factor. He's got all the
He's a
tools. He's
star.
got all the physical. Yeah, he's just got that. And I a big smile on my face when I went to ESPN.com the other day to check my fantasy team. And they talked about how did the league let the Buffalo Bills get a superstar in Keon Coleman? I said, yes, right on the front page. I said, that's what I want to see. Right now, the league is starting to realize that he's only 20 years old, Whittle. I mean, he's got, he has a
He's
lot.
21
He's going to
now,
grow more.
but yeah.
He's 21. I mean, that's still that to be that polished, right? And again, his multiple sports background, I think it's still important for some of these younger kids out there. Play some multiple sports because you don't think his basketball skills played into some of the catches he made? I think it does. And
Oh, of course.
yeah,
Of
and I
course.
think some of the young players in any sport, you should get exposure to other sports. It's definitely going to grow your skills and other that you can still utilize in your own sport that you ultimately choose.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. I
So
I I'm not surprised by Keon playing well. I'm not surprised by him. I'm surprised how quickly him and Josh have developed this chemistry. Like he's become
mhm,
he's become kind of a go-to guy for him. So I'm a
yep,
little surprised at that, but
mhm,
I mean, Josh saw the tape. He said, "That's the guy I want." Even after he ran the 4.6, he still said, "That's the guy I want." So gotta give
yep.
him gotta definitely show some love to Keon to KC, man. Keon Coleman, the Cookie Monster. um, while we're
Oh,
talking about the roster, Mike
yep,
Edwards, safety,
mhm,
is rumored to be trying to get dealt out of here. He's not. He hasn't played. And the bottom line is you can't expect to get on the field and take
mhm.
somebody's job when they haven't done anything to lose it. Uh Hamlin and
Agreed.
Raff have played well, man. Like they really
Mhm,
have.
mhm.
So, until they aren't playing well, it is what it is. But I understand Mike Edwards is playing, he's on a 1-year deal. He's
Yeah.
playing for a contract.
Mhm.
So, yeah, I got it.
Totally
I understand
understand.
that. hmm
Totally.
Now,
Well,
the Sunday, Miami.
yep.
If we don't blow them, if we don't blow the doors off this team, I feel like we missed the assignment. Like I feel like we failed.
Yeah, I will throw a cautionary tale. I know it's a different circumstance, but we all know how division games can be, right? Cleveland Browns this
Mhm.
past week. Who saw that coming, right? I think the key to this game is very similar. When you're playing a team that's struggling like Miami or the Jets, right, or anything, the start is big, right? If we get up big early, we get a nice 10-0 lead, or we get out, right? That sideline of Miami is gonna, the frustration is gonna set in that they've been feeling all season, right? You can't give them that reason to believe, right? So I do think the start of this game is very crucial, just to kind of break their spirit, so to speak, and make the enormity realize that we could be 2-6 and we're way behind the Bills in the division and we can't beat this team. The psychological part of it, right? What do we own the Dolphins. There's no way to get around it. So I think that's the biggest key right off the bat. So I'd like to see the Bills, even take the ball, go right down. Let's get a touchdown. Let's get right on the board. Let's get them playing catch up and playing to our hands as we're used to.
Um, I'm I hear you. I do. Uh, I don't. I mean, Miami's bad, bro.
Yeah.
They're bad. They are bad. Even bringing Tua back, they're still bad. Like
Well, they
it's.
still have some guys that could beat you. They still got a lot of big play. They got some playmakers that, again, I'm not talking even about winning or losing the game. Well, I'm just saying
Mhm.
division game. I know we're in Buffalo. It's sometimes there's just some division matchups that you shake your head about, but Johnny has made a prediction here and turned the ball over, which I do love that nickname, by the way. But that's
Yeah. No, I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. I'm not really worried about them at all. To be
yeah.
to be completely fair.
Hmm.
To be completely honest, I'm not worried about them.
Yep. No, I mean, yeah, I mean, we have earned the right to have tremendous confidence against the Miami Dolphins, right? I mean, I, there's really, the Dolphins have injury problems on their side of the ball as well. We know that they've, to their defense this year, they've been hit pretty hard with injuries. Lost to obviously, right?
Mhm.
They lost who's that excellent edge rusher they have that they lost is escaping me right at the moment.
Jalen Phillips.
Jalen Phillips. So, to their defense, it's been tough for them. So, like you said, like on the defensive side of the ball, they're struggling, right? There's really no reason to believe that we can't have our way, with their defense. Even if Tua has a good game, right, and the Dolphins cook a little bit, we should still find a way to put a 30 burger or more in this team.
Yeah, I think defensively we do enough to get more than a few stops against them. I
Hmm.
don't see how they stop us at all. Like, I
Hmm.
mean, I'm not saying we're going to score every time we touch the football. We might. It's possible, but I
Hmm.
don't I don't see how they stop us. So I'm going to run through a couple of plays from the
Sure.
Arizona and Miami game,
Hmm.
and these plays that I selected are plays that I think we can look at and see a parallel play to something that the Bills have run at some point this year. So we'll go with the first one.
Oh. Hmm. If they
We
give
run
Josh
plays
that.
like that for we run plays like that for Dalton Kincaid all year long. Like
Hmm.
every week, I've seen that particular play, or maybe not that particular play, maybe not that exact formation, but a variation of something where we're getting Dalton Kincaid in the middle of the field, where he can turn, show his numbers. Josh hits him, he catches the football, turns that field, gets a couple extra yards every game, literally
Hmm.
every game.
Yep.
Let's go to the next one. This is the touchdown.
Oh, nice pass.
Remember the Keon Coleman? I think Keon Coleman ran a play like this against
That
was
the
it the
Jaguars?
Jaguars? Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yes, it was. Hmm.
Remember that?
I do.
That's what I'm saying. It's not new under the sun, man. You
Hmm.
know, they know what they're doing. And
Yep.
then and what you know, I'll go back to this play again because I want to point out Jalen Ramsey is pressing here, right? Jalen's pressing and doesn't get a hand on him. Just a quick false step, and he's cooked. It's over.
Yep. Hmm.
It's over by the time they get 10 yards. Like by the time they hit the 10-yard line, he's
Hmm.
finished.
Yep.
The 10-yard line's right there, right where the deep safety is. It's over. It's over. Tyler Murray could have threw that ball at any point after they hit the 10-yard line.
Hmm.
It was over. There was nothing Ramsey could do about it. So what is he gonna do with Cooper?
Hmm.
What happens if he goes up against Keon and can't get the jam? Oh, I'm glitching. I'm looking at I'm glitching over here. All right, that's
I'm
I need to. I yeah. I'm like I said. I'm having some issues on the computer, but
It's one of those weeks.
Um,
It's all good, Little.
yeah, I'll go to the next play. This is basically a zero blitz where their linebacker he fails to keep containment. They don't get enough depth.
Mhm.
It's just bad defense.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Notice
David
all the play
Long.
action. Yeah.
David Long's not who's Long covering. Long is 11. He's covering air. He's covering nothing. And McBride, who would be like Kincaid, is just gonna find open spots. And if they're getting this fouled up with the Cardinals offense, what are they gonna
Mhm.
do against Buffalo?
Yep.
Because we run the football well. They didn't
Oh,
run like the Cardinals didn't run the football well. It was like 26 carries for like 80 yards or something like that. It was like three yards a carry or something. It wasn't anything crazy. It was
Mhm.
very, very minor, mid.
Yeah. And they can run
Um
the ball too. They're not a bad run. So they must have Dolphins. Maybe they're just selling out for the run, but whatever it
right.
was, not good. No. And we can
Not
take
good at
advantage of
all.
that play action. As you saw, those couple plays were play action plays that I think Josh could eat on. So
A lot of under center stuff, man. One more play.
Mhm.
We'll get into one more.
Mhm.
Stick route, quick,
Mhm.
bang. I mean, we run that play all the time, bro. All the time. So
Oh yeah.
and everything that we're seeing here, it's successful. Those are all successful plays that the 4-4 Arizona Cardinals were able to do against the Miami Dolphins. So what's Buffalo going to do in Buffalo? This was in Miami. Now in Buffalo, the Buffalo Bills. We should blow the doors off of them, man. We should 100% blow the doors off of
Mhm.
them. But so that's all I got, man. I mean, we can get into some
Yep.
score predictions if you like.
Sure. It's our tradition. Go for it, Little.
Yeah, I mean, 30. I'm at 31-10. I think they
Another
get a
31.
touchdown with 38-10. I'm at 38-10. 38-10. I think they get a touchdown on the ground with A-Chain or Mostert.
Mhm.
But ultimately, I think we turned them over a couple of times, and we end up winning this pretty easily.
Yep. I'm looking at the weather. We always do that here. Looks pretty nice. For Sunday, 56 degrees, not too much wind, so it should be a nice day. I'm gonna go with 37-20 Bills. I think I'm calling for 3, and me and him are very close, 38-20. I'm at 37-20. I'm going for 3 nice Tyler Bass field goals this week to get his mojo, get all his mojo back, which is still something I would love to see going forward for this team because we know how big that's going to be once we play the big boys on our schedule, as you say. The
Right.
Kansas City's, the San Francisco's, they're going to get healthy. The Detroit's, we have to have Tyler Bass feeling that confidence. So I think it's going to be that kind of game. Tua, they'll make some plays. They'll get a couple touchdowns. Maybe Tyreek gets one. And is he going to play? Is he even playing this week? That's the other thing. So did I
I'm
hear
sure
he was
he
on
is.
injury report? Yeah, I'm sure he's probably going to be playing.
Yeah, I'm
So
sure he's playing. They got their injury report is a laundry list of people, but I mean,
yeah,
like at this point of the season, man, when like I don't really, I'm looking at the injury. I'm looking at our injury report, but the injury report that matters is the one that comes out on Friday.
Mhm.
You know,
Yep,
so
absolutely. So again, Bill's got a guard against the desperate team, Miami, early, right? We all know how Mike McDaniel is excellent at scripting plays in the beginning of games, right? Like maybe the first 14 plays or so. So hopefully the Bills are ready for that. We need them to emphasize on that fast start. Don't give this team a reason to say, "Hey, we believe we can hang in this game with the Bills." No, get Get
Right.
it done early, get them down, get them frustrated, and get out of here. By the way, the Yankees just left the bases loaded. We're going to the top of the sixth, 5-5. So, yep. Yeah, what do I know?
This is not a good night, man.
No, I don't think this is going to end well for the Yankees tonight. I think there's going to be a fireworks display going on here in Los Angeles tonight, but we'll leave that alone.
All right.
But that's what we got, and again, want to thank everybody in our group chat. You know, I've missed June lately. Where could June have been hiding all this time, Whittle? Right? We haven't seen our buddy June pop in here talking some Jets. You know, maybe some Bills.
the Jets are 2-6, so he's I think he's retired. I think he's fully in on the Knicks now.
Well, I'm calling for a Jets upset tomorrow, Whittle. That's one of my bold predictions. Yes, I think they.
I hope so.
The Jets. When you talk about the Jets jetting, that's what they do. They'll win a game like that tomorrow when you least expect it, right? They'll find a way to get a W. So I'm calling for a Jets win, but
they're going to run to sucker the fan base into buying tickets next year. They're going on a little run.
Absolutely. And next week we'll get into the reaction to the Dolphin game as we pivot to a matchup at Indianapolis, who made. I don't know what they're doing with Anthony Richardson, but we'll get into that next week. Jersey Joe Flacco will be the probable starter next week, so that won't be an easy win, as you've illustrated when we went over our season predictions. You pointed out this game more than several times, so we'll definitely get into that next week for sure. And yeah, you know what, Matt? I'll tell you what, man. I thought we were friends, and we do the podcast on Saturday for the Sabres. I mean, the Let's Go Dodgers. I'll tell you what, Matt. We'll have to take that off air, but no, I'm kidding. So,
fantastic.
Yeah. Oh, those are them fighting words. I'm kidding. So, anyway, but I want to thank everyone as always. And Whittle, before we go, just want to talk about our friends, and we can't forget them, Whittle. And I feel bad. We can't forget to pay the bills, right? We can't forget about our buddies at American Buddha. So if you go to AmericanBuddha.com, they're a company that launched in spring of 2017. They are a lifestyle and travel media brand focused on making happiness a habit. And in this turbulent world we live in today, there's not enough regular reminders to simply be happy. Just go to AmericanBuddhaCo.com to learn more, and you can find them on all the social media platforms, Instagram, et cetera, et cetera. So just wanted to get that out there. Now, Matt, I'll let you slide. You're a Pirates fan. I'm cool with the Pirates. As long as you're not a Red Sox fan or Met fan, you're okay with me. So especially the Red Sox. So that I'll leave. One Boston fan around here is enough. Whittle Celtics. That's the limit. So absolutely. So Whittle, anything else?
No, that's it. Let's get up out of here.
Always a pleasure. Thank you, everybody, and let's get the Bills to 7-2. And Whittle, could you imagine if the Jets lose and the Patriots lose and we beat Miami? We're gonna have virtually a 5-game lead in the AFC East just after Halloween. I don't know if I've ever seen that in any division in all the years I've watched football. That big of a lead, but we'll see how that all shakes out come going forward.
Real quick. Remaining schedule. We're at 6-2 right now. Remaining schedule: Colts, Chiefs, 49ers after the bye, Rams, Lions, Patriots, Jets, Patriots. How many games do we lose?
4
out of the remaining games.
Of the remaining games, I would say between KC and San Fran, we might lose one. Just to be of the Detroit Rams, we might split 2. That's all I see. I got 2 losses. I got 13-4 right now.
I'm good with that.
Yeah.
I actually believe we're going to be 14-3, but I'll take it.
Wow. 14-3.
I'm at 14-3.
If we beat KC and San Fran, then yes, I think 14-3 is very, very possible. Yes. Now, those division games could always be a little tricky at the end of the year. We know that, but
Right.
I think we're usually cooking that time of year, so I don't anticipate anything different. So, especially if we get back, Jake here says
Man,
12-5. Let's Milano.
Yeah,
Get
I know. I
Vaughn
know what
going.
Jake is saying. I think Jake's wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. Listen. The difference this year versus the other seasons that we, of late, is that we are
Mhm.
actually getting healthy in the right. Like we're getting guys back when we usually are losing guys. Like right around this time of the year, we're losing major guys for
Mhm.
the rest of the season or 10 weeks or whatever, and hoping
Mhm.
that we get them back in the playoffs. We're actually
Yep.
getting guys back right now. So
Yep.
um
Absolutely.
speaking of that, get well soon. Dwayne Carter, he's gonna be out
Yes.
4 to 6 weeks. That wrist
Mhm.
injury. Um, Hopefully we did release Darrington Evans. Hopefully we bring him back to the practice squad. I really like that guy.
Mhm.
Uh,
Yep.
and outside of that, man, I don't think we have anything else going on. Think we make another trade?
Oh yeah, that's right. The deadline is next Tuesday.
Yep.
I'm gonna say yes. I think we do one more move. I think we get one being after dark move at some point. I'm gonna now that the position is the interesting choice here, right? Like where do we go? It's definitely on the defense.
I'm
I
at
just can't
defensive
decide.
tackle.
Yeah, I was
I'm at
thinking. I'm thinking.
defensive tackle.
Yeah, I'm in agreement with you on that one. I think we get. You think we're looking for a one tech, like run stuffing type defensive tackle? Is that what we're in the
Yeah,
market for?
that's what
Yeah.
I would. That's what I would want. Me
Yeah.
personally, that's what I would want.
Especially against the
Somebody
Baltimores, the
who's
Kansas
just get a bit
Cities,
bigger.
and Houston's. Joe Mixon could be a menace too. So we got to be careful.
No,
Those he's capable. That's
I
all
don't care
I'm
about
saying.
Houston.
I
I
know.
don't care
I'm
about
just.
Houston.
I'm thinking about
Houston
and
has to
Pittsburgh.
play.
Let's not forget Pittsburgh.
Houston has to play the Chiefs, the
Mm-hmm.
Lions, and the Ravens still.
Mm-hmm.
And Nico Collins is out, and they lost Diggs for the rest of the year. By the way, get better soon, 14, man.
Yep.
I know you're no
Mhm.
longer a Bill, but you'll
That's right.
always be a Bill in my heart. So
Yep. You never want to see injuries
get
in this
well.
league, Whittle.
Yeah.
Right. It's something.
Get well,
that,
Diggs. Get well, Steph, man. And it sucks because he's on a 1-year deal out there.
Mhm.
It's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough. But
We'll see how
hey,
that
man,
goes.
we
But I
play the
agree.
cards that
But
we
and
dealt.
we can't forget Pittsburgh either. By the way, and I know Guru's ears are ringing out there somewhere, but we can't forget them as well. So
Oh, absolutely, Jake. That's it.
Mhm.
2 seasons to go. At minimum.
Mhm.
Minimum.
minimum.
I
Mhm.
need somebody in the AFC West to stand on business and give KC another loss so we can get that 1 seed via tiebreaker.
Yep, that's right. Well, listen, let's the old one game at a time. I'm a believer in it. Let's take care of business this week. Let's put this
Yep.
division away once and for all. No doubts at all, and we move on from there.
We trying to
That's
go
where I'm
1-0
at.
17 times. That's it.
You got it. You got it.
Right. All
All right,
right,
everyone. You
everybody.
guys,
See you guys next week, Wednesday, 9 p.m. Coast to coast. Go
yes,
Bills.
indeed. Go Bills.